Once upon a time, nestled deep within the heart of a dense, ancient forest, there existed a forgotten realm where evil roamed unhindered. In this dark and foreboding land, an array of mythical creatures thrived, but none were as feared as the malevolent griffins. These sinister griffins were fiendish beings of incredible strength and unparalleled cruelty. With the body of a lioness, they commanded the respect of the animal kingdom, while their majestic wings, as pure as freshly fallen snow, allowed them to rule the skies with an air of terrifying grace. Legend whispered that in the depths of the moonlit nights, when the earth itself trembled under their presence, the wicked griffins would descend upon the defenseless villages that lay at the forest's edge. Their blood-curdling cries pierced the stillness of the night, striking fear into the hearts of all who heard their ominous wails. The villagers lived in a constant state of terror, for the griffins' insatiable hunger knew no bounds. Their razor-sharp claws mercilessly tore through the flesh of innocent villagers, leaving naught but destruction and despair in their wake. The once thriving settlements were reduced to smoldering ruins, haunted by echoes of despair. No one could withstand the wrath of these demonic creatures, and the villagers lived in a constant state of trepidation, praying for salvation that seemed ever elusive. However, unbeknownst to the terror-stricken populace, hope flickered weakly in the heart of a young and valiant orphan, Eric. Having lost his family to the wrath of the griffins, he vowed to rid his homeland of this malevolence and restore peace to his ravaged land. Guided by ancient tales passed down through generations, Eric embarked on a perilous quest to uncover the secret that could vanquish these abominations. He delved deep into forbidden tomes, seeking knowledge of a hidden artifact known as the Phoenix Tear, said to possess the power to weaken the griffins. With every encounter, Eric risked life and limb, gathering fragments of wisdom from reclusive sages and witnessing firsthand the devastation wrought by the cursed creatures. His determination grew stronger with each passing day, despite the darkness that threatened to consume him. Finally, the day arrived when Eric stood before a sacred temple hidden amidst the misty peaks of the Forbidden Mountains. Rumored to be the guardian of the Phoenix Tear, the ancient temple loomed ominously, its stone walls whispering secrets of forgotten battles. Braving the treacherous trials that guarded the artifact, Eric emerged victorious. Clasping the mystical Phoenix Tear in his trembling hands, he felt an overwhelming surge of purpose and fulfillment coursing through his veins. The time had come to confront the griffins head-on, armed with the power to challenge their reign of terror. The stage was set for a cataclysmic clash between Eric, fueled by determination and strength, and the vile griffins, driven by their insatiable thirst for power. As the first rays of dawn scattered across the war-torn horizon, an epic battle ensued, shaking the very foundations of the forest that had borne witness to countless horrors. Eric fought with unyielding bravery, his every strike infused with the might of the Phoenix Tear. The once imposing griffins, now vulnerable, faltered amidst the onslaught. One by one, their malevolence diminished, their monstrous forms reduced to mere memories of nightmare. This abomination, unlike any they had encountered before, towered over them all. Its monstrous frame was adorned with golden-colored wings that seemed to radiate an eerie glow, casting a sickly pallor over everything it touched. Its eyes, gleaming with a wicked intelligence, glowed a fiery red, searing into Eric's very soul. With a thunderous roar, the colossal griffin raised its massive claws, slashing at all who dared oppose it. Each swipe carved through the air like bolts of lightning, tearing through flesh and bone with merciless precision. The ground trembled beneath its weight, as if nature itself recoiled from the creature's malevolence. Eric, undeterred by overwhelming odds, rallied his battered allies, urging them to stand firm against this sinister foe. But the colossal griffin's strength seemed inexhaustible, its power an embodiment of pure malice. It retaliated with a relentless barrage of attacks, unfazed by the mortal blows struck against it. As the battle raged on, the darkness within the griffin's heart seemed to unleash an even more sinister force. Black, ethereal tendrils snaked their way through the forest, infecting the land, and corrupting all that once flourished. The very trees contorted and twisted, morphing into wicked, nightmarish creatures that served the bidding of their griffin overlords. Eric's heart sank as he witnessed the destruction unfolding around him. The battle had transformed into a desperate struggle for survival, each swing of the griffin's claws heralding doom for his comrades. Fatigue weighed heavy upon his limbs, his body pierced by the wounds inflicted by relentless attacks. But just as Eric teetered on the edge of despair, a glimmer of hope emerged from the depths of his battered soul. With a flame of determination reignited within him, he summoned all his strength. Fueled by a resolve unyielding, with unwavering courage, Eric launched one final, audacious assault. He dodged the griffin's savage attacks, evading its claws by a hair's breadth. The phoenix tear, imbued with the spirit of resilience and sacrifice, pulsed with an otherworldly energy, empowering Eric's every strike. And in an awe-inspiring collision of darkness and light, Eric's blade, infused with the phoenix tear's power, struck true. A blinding flash erupted, enveloping the battlefield, and all fell into an eerie silence. As the smoke and dust cleared, a gasp escaped the lips of those who witnessed the battle. The colossal griffin lay motionless, its monstrous form reduced to a mere shadow of its former glory. The corruptive tendrils that had choked the forest shriveled, disappearing in wisps of smoke. With a shiver-inducing hiss, the shadows seeped into the griffin's lifeless form, infusing it with a newfound vitality. The griffin's eyes shot open, no longer glowing with fiery red but a haunting, malevolent green. The once defeated creature rose from the ground, rejuvenated by the essence of darkness that now coursed through its veins. Eric's heart sank as he realized the true nature of the evil griffins. They were not merely physical beings, but vessels for an ancient, dark force that yearned to reclaim its dominion over the land. The battle, he thought, had been one transformed into a nightmarish revelation. As the fallen griffins rippled and shifted, merging with the shadows themselves, a cacophony of sinister laughter echoed through the desolate forest, drowning out any semblance of hope that had once flickered in Eric's heart. With wings of shimmering darkness, the newly reborn griffins took flight, swooping low and engulfing the landscape in their terrifying presence. The once vibrant trees withered, their branches curling ominously towards the ground. The skies darkened with an ethereal fog, blurring the boundaries between nightmares and reality. The corrupted forest unleashed its twisted, otherworldly inhabitants, bred from the darkest recesses of the griffins' souls. Eric stood amidst the chaos, the weight of the world pressing upon his weary shoulders. He refused to succumb to despair, his determination unyielding. Swallowing his fear, he realized that if he couldn't conquer the darkness within, there would be no hope for his land. Harnessing the power of the phoenix tear once more, Eric closed his eyes, delving into his innermost fears and insecurities. He faced the evil that had plagued his world head-on, battling the shadows that threatened to consume him. With each step, the ground quaked, darkness yielding to the light of his unwavering resolve. With renewed courage, Eric summoned the elements themselves, channeling the forgotten strength bestowed upon him by the ancient forest that once flourished. Fire raged in his palms, illuminating the desolation around him. He forged a shield of pure energy, gleaming with the radiance of hope. As the griffins descended upon him, their terror-inducing screeches piercing the air, Eric embraced the challenge. He flew recklessly, dodging their sweeping talons, his body glowing with a transcendent aura. Roaring with defiance, he faced their insidious assault, his every action fueled by the resilience of his people. With a final burst of energy, Eric unleashed a blinding surge of power, colliding with the griffin horde. The forest trembled as the combined force shattered the darkness, scattering it like fractured shards across the land. The evil griffins, stripped of their infernal might, disintegrated into nothingness, their final screeches swallowed by the winds of redemption. Silence returned, broken only by Eric's ragged breaths. The forest, once plagued by the terrors of the griffins, stirred with a newfound vibrancy. The sun pierced through the veiled sky, casting its gentle rays upon the rejuvenated land. But as the final clutches of darkness dissipated, whispers of a lingering malevolence plagued the hearts of those who dared to walk these haunted woods. The tale of the evil griffins may have reached its final chapter, but the echoes of their wickedness lingered, resonating with a chilling reminder that evil could not be wholly vanquished. Those who endured the nightmares knew that the true battle had just begun, a battle against an abyss that threatened to consume all that was pure and good.